Previously on Dice Paper Roll.
In the devil's grip, the party was bound, as Calitras tried to bring them all round. The ancient blood war, the devils would win, and if the tight five desired, they could have in. His offer was met with mirth and derision. As for the heroes, 'twas an easy decision. Calitras, however, was not best pleased, and so their freedom he immediately seized. The party woke up in a torture room. Things would get messy if they weren't free soon. They begged their jailer, old Devil Bruval, but to their pleas he was immovable. With a spell, a smile, and a subtle charm, they finally twisted old Bruval's arm. Setting them free at the very last moment, Bruval led them onwards to a god in torment. Up to find the goddess Selune, up to find the goddess of the moon,
In the words of Tim, Neil, and the rest of Crowded House, hey now, don't dream it's over. Well, it isn't quite yet. This is the last chapter for Book 2. Dice Paper Roll, Book 2, Chapter 23. Yeah. DPR is, as ever, brought to you by the people who put their money where their mouth is, our patrons from Patreon. They are, in reverse order, Trevor Goodchild, Trent Denham, Terry Keller, Sammy Duncan, Ryan Lewis, Robbie Anderson, Mika Wallace, Matthew Undead Ban, Lloyd Wagstaff, Liam Sterner R, Louis Potter, Leaf Burner, Casper Morris, Jasper Parker, Irene Cucci, Danny Carroll, Daniel B, Daniel King, Blake Douglas, and August Boak! That's them.
We've got quite a few now.
Yeah, that's quite a list.
Not enough. Join up on Patreon, www.patreon.com/dicepaperroll, and put your money where your mouth is.
And we'll put your name where our mouth is by saying it.
And including NPCs and sending out merch and like cool stuff, other stuff we haven't thought of yet.
And all of those new Patreon tiers that we promised we'd have installed 4 episodes ago.
Yeah, because like it's March now, and by the time you're listening to this, it's October, so we'll have our shit together.
No doubt. Hence all the topical humour. My name is Emil. I play Brackeye, the Goliath Barbarian. You know who he is by now, and if you haven't, go back and listen, you lazy bastards.
Did you see that latest tweet? My name's Jack, and I'm playing Ariki's Song, a tiefling bard. I am so shit at this.
My name's Ben. I play Snatch, the halfling rogue and gunslinger, and that's all I've got to say about that.
My name's Greg. I play Alan, Aaron, Aeon, an ASMR sorcerer of Helm, and of course no one uses Twitter anymore. It's all about Snapchoots.
Oh!
Snatch Toots?
Where Snatch teaches you how to be really good at stuff. Hey, look at me, I'm Snatch. I made an apple. You can do it too. He's got lots of YouTube subscribers.
And I'm Dan. I play Thandor, the human fighter and cleric of Tempest, but I am the Dungeon Master on my final episode. Chapter. I said chapter. Chapter. Cool.
Chapter. Say it, Frenchie.
Let's just fucking jump straight into it, because we have a bit of a shitstorm on our hands. So, you are within Calitras's chamber on the second layer of hell, Dis. You are within the Iron Tower. Beside you is the small, weakened form of Selune, Amelia. Manacled to the wall, Calitras has just entered the room. He sees you all. This is where it ends. You will all die here today. Roll for motherfucking initiative!
I mean, we might. We might all die today.
That's not good.
That's the
Can we have advantage on that?
Only if you're me and you're wearing goggles and still shit.
Brackeye gets an initiative.
Or Brackeye.
I got a 5.
13.
12 for Alan.
And 16 for Brackeye.
So Calitras strides into the room, his red robes flowing along the ground. It's blackened and tattered at the ends. His alabaster skin, his clawed, rigid fingers reach out towards you. And he casts Blight, which is a 4th level spell, at you, Brackeye. Could you please make a Constitution saving throw for me?
Si, senor. Ooh, you know it. 24.
24. Oh, you succeed.
Constitute that.
So his rigid white claw-like hands point towards you, seeing you as one of the strongest of this group and the champion of Selune. And this black magic starts to wither from his fingertips and starts to head towards you. It slams into you and it envelops you, but you grit your teeth against it. But
A tattoo of a table makes itself bright on his chest. Yeah, the table.
Supporting
It's got good
you.
memories. It's got good memories. Yeah, that's right. Sturdy.
Giving you a platform.
so you take 39 points of necrotic damage, but that is halved because you saved on it, so that is 18 points of necrotic damage. And you feel your skin wither underneath this dark magic. It is now Brackeye's turn.
Brackeye's rocky skin appears to age in front of your very eyes, and he looks down towards Amelia and says, "You have to promise that you protect my friends." And Brackeye
I will.
starts his rage. His pupils dilate, his muscles bulge, his half-burnt mohawk stands on end, a tattoo of a olive jar illuminates on his ankle, and he starts his transformation into a shape changer as he charges at the bad guy. Calitras. As he charges at Calitras,
Does he howl?
oh, making a reckless attack in a frenzied reckless attack.
As you look at the form of Amelia and you say, "Look after my friends," and she says that she will, the energy, the aura that she gives off to you, you start to transform with the help of the necklace, but also within her presence. The transformation is not painful. You don't pop and crack as you have every other time. It is a seamless transformation. You
Instead, he
flow.
pops and locks.
You pop and lock into your form.
Body ISOs it into his shapeshifter form.
Sloughs his flesh. Slough.
As he does a final pirouette, he
My
charges.
dog's milk brings all the boys to the yard. They're like, it's better.
As you howl, blue moon dust lifts off of your tattoos and it forms in your maw as you howl at the sky, and this blue energy forms into a ball and you cast Moonbeam.
Damn, that's a surprise. I didn't know I could do that.
Can I? Maybe it forms into an olive jar.
No, it casts into Moonbeam.
It forms into a little butt and casts Moonbeam.
Because it's way cooler.
Yeah.
Like a little olive. The jar lid opens and an olive comes out and pew, starts piffing little moonbeam on.
It flies up in the air and then just grows in size until this huge olive just lands on top of Calitras. Well, that's the end of the game, folks.
Trying to think of a good olive-related death pun.
Sorry,
Pipped
just
him at
one.
the post.
What was his name? Kalamata?
Yeah, yes.
Sorry, just 1 second. I'm just trying to do something cool for you.
That's that. We've already done that with the olives.
I died before I ever really olived.
Oh, dear. That's got to be the pit, Greg. That's got to be the pit, the bottom of the pit.
So this silvery beam of pale light explodes from your maw, and it then centers onto Calitras, and he is enveloped in this 40-foot high cylinder of pure moonlight. Roll for me, please, 3d10, and I must make a Constitution save against DC 14. So that is a 17, so he actually saves against it, so the damage is halved.
Well, it was only 14, so 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. So the moonlight radiance envelops around him, and it starts to sear his skin, and small plumes of smoke start to rise up out of his robes as he is enveloped in this radiant light. He grits his teeth as his fingers are still outstretched towards you. It's still your turn, so you can do what you were going
Yeah,
to do.
Brackeye charges in and makes the second and third attacks.
First,
First, bonus moonbeam, yes. Oh, that is a 17 to hit for the first attack.
that hits.
That is a 21 to hit the second attack.
That hits.
That is another 21 to hit on the third attack.
They all hit.
Suck on that, Calitras, you motherfucking piece of shit. You talking to you, motherfucking piece of asshole. He mutters as he bites and scratches his way towards Calitras's middle. 5 plus 17, 22 for the first attack.
Sorry, how much?
22 for the first attack. 25 for the second attack. And 27 for the third attack. Some low bloody rolls.
74 all up.
Yeah, low bloody rolls.
Yeah, that was real low.
Bitch, yeah. How can you live with yourself?
Yeah.
Don't forget the 7 points from the moonbeam damage. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah. I was unimpressed until you said that.
Wow. With the light of Selune coursing through your veins, the lichen mohawk glows brighter.
Turns silver.
It turns silver and it stands on end like hackles. And you rush in towards Calitras, slashing ferociously at him. And you claw across his chest, and then a second claw against his chest, and then you dig your teeth into his shoulder and tear his flesh from him.
With Brackeye's claws, he pulls him right close to his muzzle and just buries his maw into the shoulder, biting and trying to rip out his anything. Rip it out. Just rip it out.
Yeah, you tear the flesh from his bones, and there is this massive gaping wound left in his shoulder.
Now, don't forget, you get an advantage on your next attack against me.
I know. Melee attack.
Si, senor.
Yes. Awesome. That was Brackeye. It is now
Brackeye.
Snatcher's turn.
Snatch, looking through his goggles, grabs his pistols from the holsters at his hips, and he tumbles to the side so that he gets a better sightline beyond his raging werewolf friend. And using the goggles, he sights Calitras, and he uses his grit point for his dead eye ability, so he gets advantage on the shot, and he lines up the alabaster devil in his sights. And
The alabastard.
the alabaster devil in his sights, and he takes a shot.
Great. Roll to attack.
So that's a 16 and a 2, so 16.
-4.
Yes, thank you. 12. It's 22 to hit.
That hits.
D10 damage. Whoa, 5, and then my sneak attack. Hey, that's all right. 25. It's 30 points of damage in the one shot.
Oh, that's a good shot. Oh, that's a good shot. That's a really good shot.
Who's been a naughty devil then? That's a sick fucking burn. That's a sick fucking Kmart burn right there.
You dive to one side, rolling and then coming up onto one knee, and you aim down the sight. So the goggles that you wear, the red box, and it's like wham, 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 when it locks onto
His button.
onto Brackeye, and then the opening becomes clear and it locks in onto Calitras. You fire your shot just as Brackeye lifts his mouth away after biting into his shoulder, and you blast straight into Calitras's pec, and it shatters his chest. He is hurt.
And then I use my cunning action to run further round behind Calitras and to, just to get behind there.
Awesome. Yeah, after you have just quickly come up onto one knee, you've fired off the shot, and then you dive and then sprint around the other side of him, and you're now on the opposite side. Calitras is going to use one of his legendary actions, because he fucking needs it.
Oh, I've heard about this.
Was whispered about in my village.
It's a tall tale told at night.
So
It was in a storybook.
Calitras looks you square in the face, Brackeye, and
Square in the snout.
square in the snout, and says, "You're gonna fucking die." That's all I've got.
The stuff of legends!
And so he's going to use his paralyzing touch. So that is a spell attack with plus 12. So that's 24 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Roll for me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, I'm nervous. I'm real nervous. Oh, I don't want to bloody paralyzed touch. Bloody,
You got it.
Oh, no. I don't know.
Oh, you don't got it.
9.
He grips you by the throat, and his touch is cold. You feel your energy sap. You take 9 points of cold damage. As you feel the cold energy course through your veins into the pit of your stomach, and you are paralyzed for 1 minute. So you can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns. So now it is Alan's turn.
So as Brackeye is locked in place in front of Calitras, the golden wings burst from Alan's back, and a bright nimbus of light shines around him. His eye sockets glow with golden light that shine forward like a pair of ever-ready torches, and he lifts into the air, his huge golden wingspan flapping and stirring dust in the room as he leaps over the top of Calitras and floats above him, and electricity begins to build around him, swirling around his body and arms. And as he looks down at Calitras, his voice booms out. Do you know what happens to a devil that gets hit by lightning? The same thing that happens to... Oh, no, that's shit. Electric Justice! And a 6th level twin-spelled Electric Justice fired down at him. So...
Never heard Alan back out of a taunt halfway through.
It was a real shit taunt.
I was kind of waiting for it to ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight.
I could have
that
used
for later. So 23 to hit. And on my second one, I am going to use Favor of the Gods for a 20 to hit.
They both hit.
Yes.
Yeah, got some D12s there, boys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Sure
here you
do.
go. You want some D12s? I'll give you some D12s, mate.
I got 2.
I think it's bad luck to take the DM's D12s.
Actually, I don't have any D12s.
Neither do I.
Here's 6.
6. Yeah, I need 2 more.
Okay. Allow me to reach into my pouch.
Into your pouch. What is into your pouch?
Holy
Hold
God.
it close to the microphone.
That's the sound of pain.
That is an ASMR. That's an ASMR doing some ASMR for you right there, folks.
So that is 12d12.
Oh, God. Are you sure you're not cheating in any way?
Oh, no.
Oh, no, bro.
10, 20, 29, 37, 47, 58, 69, 79, 81 points of electricity damage. Sorry. 81. Oh, no, Radiant Soul. 93. 93 points of electricity damage. Oh, well, 81 points of electricity damage and 12 points of radiant damage to
How does that taste?
Calitras.
Calitras? Yeah, tastes good. Tasty.
Electric justice.
That was book.
You, Alan, after seeing the cold touch envelop Brackeye, you feel the need to protect him. He is in mortal danger, and you rise up on your golden wings in the moonlight of Brackeye's moonbeam, and with your combined radiance and electricity, the electricity coursing down your arms, with one hand you fire down a bolt of electricity, and then with your other you fire down a second bolt of electricity, both coursing through Calitras, and he looks up at you, screaming in pain as white hot light fills his mouth. His eyes burn white hot, and his whole form starts to crack, and these fissures ripple across his skin, and the same white light shines out from each crack as his whole body.
Agent Smith's.
Agent Smith's, like, no, it's not, it's cooler than that. In the radiant light of the moonbeam, it's that whole, like, anime thing of it's the fucking white light, and then he just turns into this kind of silhouette as he slowly disintegrates and breaks apart, and then is just no longer there.
Oh man, I got to do that again next round if he was still alive. I was hoping he'd survive again.
Well, you just did fucking how much? Like
93.
93. You did, Brackeye, you did like fucking
70 something?
70 something.
Plus the 7 from the moonbeam, so
Yeah.
it was 84 at least.
You did fucking sneak attack
50
on
odd
him.
points.
Then
Arikis runs in and like just slams her loot into the place where Calitras was. And take that! I think I got him, guys.
Oh,
Killing blow.
amazing work, Arikis.
Arikis, you watch as your tormentor, your greatest fear, the fear that lies deep within you, in the pit of your stomach, it disintegrates in front of you, and he is no longer there. You rush up and you start slamming your loot into the ground at where he was. You don't break the loot. Don't give me
I
that
thought he was going
look.
to Pete Townsend it. And
Yeah, you slam your loot into the remaining dust of Calitras. Tears stream down your face as you let out your frustration.
And Arikis scrambles some of the dust together and then runs to the window and punches it through the
stained glass
window. And your stained glass sucked anyway.
is Brackeye still paralyzed?
Yeah, you have to roll a Constitution save once more.
19.
Yeah, it's actually a DC 18.
Brackeye sees the window smash in front of him, and a look of puzzlement crosses his face. He goes, "Oh, stained glass. I've never seen that before." And then, as he's picking himself up off the ground, he's in his left hand. He feels a small vial, and he picks it up, and it's the small blue vial containing the soul of Emily. And he goes up to Bruval and looks him in the eyes, places it in his hand, and then reaches in for a kiss, but then realizes it's probably too much.
Bruval takes the vial, the crystal jar that has the blue soul of Emily in it, and tears run down his face now that he has his daughter back. And he looks at you and says, "Thank you, Brackeye."
I'm just sorry we couldn't save her life. At least we've saved her afterlife.
You have. And Alan, at this point, you realize that your charm monster should have worn off by this point.
Realizing that, Alan flies down and lands next to Brackeye in all his golden, glowing glory, and looks into the eyes of Bruval to see if he has become hostile. Insight?
Yeah, roll an insight check.
Man, you're Dr. Phil in that motherfucker.
I could have done with a critical on the fucking spell attack, though. Just saying.
Well, it was enough
you didn't
anyways.
need it though, did you?
I always need it.
Double the dice.
It's pretty fun to roll 24d12.
You look in his eyes and you see the tears pooled just underneath his eyelids, the tears streaming down his face, and you can see the genuine thankfulness.
Brackeye starts to cry as well and gives him a hug.
And he hugs you back.
It's all right. Things will be all right.
I don't know what to do with her. Take her for me. I can't do anything here with her.
Surely you're not staying here.
I made a promise.
Promises to dead men don't count.
I'm a devil now. I can't. I have to abide by the law of the devils. And once this is over, I will be free. But please, please, take her. Look after her.
What do you mean? Once this is all over, isn't it over now?
The war's only beginning.
Oh, that whole thing.
Wait, so we killed Calitras and that didn't fix that?
One lieutenant dies doesn't end the war.
Whoa, wait. What about the right tenant?
Look, I mean,
I got nothing for
in terms of the body corporate, we can't do anything about it. When you have right tenants, it's very good, but sometimes they're on the left side. Anyways,
We killed the left one!
and Bruval hands you the crystal jar, and he starts to leave.
One more thing before you go. Can you help us get rid of these chains? Brackeye refers to her, of course, Amelia.
Yes, I can. Bruval walks over, and then with his fingertip, he carves an abyssal rune into both manacles.
I wouldn't have thought of that for at least 20 minutes.
And then the manacles pop open, and she has now been freed.
Well, it's what we came here to do. We did it.
Aye, thank goodness.
What about you, your ladyship? What should we call you? Amelia or
Selune.
That's what I said.
Brackeye. I love your jokes. They make me laugh.
No! Don't die! No! No! Please, someone save me!
I'm weak.
Aylan, try something! Riki, someone!
Alan steps forward and grasping Selune with both hands, he casts a level 3 Cure Wounds. And the golden energy courses down his arms into Selune.
As to do that, Snatch, knowing that he can only look on helplessly, puts his arm around your shoulder. Your hairy, lycanthrope shoulder, arm knee.
Ariki's casts a protection from good and evil.
Oh, come on, somebody! Please help!
My heal didn't get through. Something's protecting against it. 19.
Awesome. You both come in close to Amelia, to Selune, and the golden energy radiates from you, Aylan, in your angelic form. As Arikis, you play a song to protect her from the evils, the fiendish creatures that inhabit this realm, that inhabit this tower. The light courses through your arms, Aylan, and fills Selune, and she looks at you and says, I'm not wounded. I'm too weak. My power. I'm fading.
And Ariki's starts to play a different song. She plays Ariki's song and, I don't know, sees how it goes.
Awaits response from the crowd. Digging this one? Do I need to up the tempo? I'm on here. Yep.
How do you like them ones?
Hey.
Apples.
Apples.
Nobody said apple snatch. Sorry. I appreciate the comfort though.
I can do a perform check if you want.
Please do. Don't roll a 1.
That's pretty good. 29.
29, yeah, that's pretty good. Awesome. You start to play your song, and Amelia's eyes grow wide and bright. And your music fills the air. And then there is an accompanying sound. The sound of Amelia singing in harmony with you. And the power begins to course through both of you.
Braco starts to beatbox.
Have fun with that in post, mate.
Then he stops straight away. Realizing he's killing the jam.
The power courses through both you and Amelia, and the same light particles that occurred when Brackeye cast the moonbeam from his howl. The light particles start to form around the two of you, and they form into a sphere. And then time freezes. The light particles suspended in the air, and Brackeye, Aylan, Snatch, and Thandor, you are frozen in time as Arikis. Your eyes go white. And Arikis, you find yourself standing on a wooden platform, suspended over an enormous lake. Redwood trees hold these platforms up, and you recognize this place as Sossel, your home.
Home.
And it's the vision that you had in the chamber when you played your song, trying to stop the moons. And it's when it's the Sossel, but it's thawed. It's not a frozen wasteland. And you see the same figure in white robes carrying a bundle and placing it at the door of a home. And as the figure turns and starts to walk away, they look directly at you, and you recognize the face. It's the face of Amelia, of Selune.
Oh, it was you. You all along.
Yes, Orikis. It was me. You and I are connected.
Sick.
Through your song. Your power is my power.
But like mostly mine, right? Like,
Yes, it's mostly yours.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Orikis, I am weak.
Yes. What can I do about that? I'm just.
I need your help.
Yeah, but I'm not really anybody. Obviously all this stuff just happened, but it's.
Oh, Orikis, you are so wrong. You aren't nobody. You are Oriki's song. It is through your song that you helped me fight my sister. My sister Shah. We have been entrenched in war for all eternity. We continuously battle, and every 1,000 years my power wanes. But that is where you and your song, you give me strength. And I'm asking you in this moment to give me strength. I need your help. Otherwise, my sister Shah will cover the entire multiverse in darkness, and the devils will reign supreme. Everything that is good and light will fade to darkness.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm not sure I understand what you're asking of me. I mean, I've got this nice song, and I wrote it. It was really good, but I don't know that I understand what I can actually do for you. I have no magical powers. Like, you should speak to Alan. He's got really good magical powers. You should see what he did to Calitras. Oh, you did see what he did to
I
Calitras.
saw that. But Orikis, your power is greater than Alan's, greater than Thandor's.
So if
you
we would
can
have
stop moons from colliding. Our celestial bodies, Shah and I.
But I didn't. I didn't
No.
stop them.
Shah was clever this time. She kidnapped me. Through the help of the devils and the goblins, she kidnapped this avatar, this form that I am now in. And then they were able to capitalize on my absence and stop you. But with our powers combined, we will fight them. We will push them back. I ask you, Orikis, to join me, to allow me to join with your body. This form that I inhabit now is too weak. I need a new avatar to help me regain my strength. And with that, we will fight back this evil. Will you help me?
How would that work? You would be me? Would I cease to be myself Because I've got to be honest with you, Selune. I've been there and played that song, and I'm not sure if I want to do that again.
I would not ask the same as what Calitras did to you. He split your mind. He created and festered the evil within you that became Republicies. I will be with you, but I will not be you. But I will be you, and you will be me.
Right.
But you will also save the multiverse. Will you let me do this? Please, Arikis, I beg you.
Arikis steps away for a moment and looks and walks across the planks of the bridge running between two redwoods. She walks along the path and comes to a house and stops and looks through the windows, and then out beyond the lake, which is it's a lake. Normally in
It's not
Ariki's
frozen at
in
this
Ariki's time it was frozen, and she puts her hand to the door.
You can hear the music, the sound within of the tieflings playing the song.
And she says, "All right, I'll do this for you. But you've got to promise me that we'll make it through. And you've got to shake on it."
I will do everything in my power to help us get through this.
All right, then.
But I can't promise that we will.
Fuck. All right.
And she holds her hand out to you.
Ariki spits in it. Then holds out her hand.
And Selune spits in her hand, and then...
No, you've got to spit in my hand.
Selune spits in your hand, and then you clasp hands and shake. And as your hands clasp, moon dust bursts forth and radiates around you, and you find yourself back in the throne room of Dis. The particles of moon dust still suspended in the air, time frozen. The particles slowly start to move and swirl, and time continues its passage. And then Amelia rises up and begins to walk towards you, Arikis, her voice continuing in tune with your lute. And then Amelia begins to become ethereal. Light begins to emanate from within her, and you notice that your own skin begins to glow from within.
Uh-oh.
Don't stop playing.
She continues.
Your skin becomes translucent as the light grows brighter.
Fuck, they got 3 kidneys. It's fucking strange.
Anyway, whips out his recorder and plays Baba Black Sheep alongside.
And both you and she begin to lift from the ground and slowly float in circles around one another, slowly drawing closer and closer to one another until the weakened form of Selune merges with your own. Your flowing blonde hair grows longer and fans out behind you, floating on the resonance of your song. Your fiendish horns retract, forming back into your forehead as a silvery circlet intertwines and wraps around your head, and glowing gems of moonstone blossom from the circlet. Your eye patch disintegrates, and your 2 eyes grow bright with white light. Your leathery wings sprout white feathers as you float and rotate in the air, continuously playing your song as you become the avatar of the Moon Maiden, Our Lady of Silver, the White Knight Lady, Selune. You strike the final chord of your song, and the dancing particles of moonlight burst forth, and Brackeye, Alan, Snatch, and Thandor, you are all blinded by the brilliance, and you see a vision. Thandor is lying beside his dead mother and father, orphaned by a war that he knew nothing of. As War Lion Voth cradles him and begins to lead him from his home, Thandor looks over the shoulder of Voth at his dead parents, as another priest of Tempest removes the glowing, moonstone-encrusted belt from his mother. Brackeye, you climb the mountain as you did on the day of your rites of passage. The snow and wind howling around you, and through the whirling snow you see glowing atop the mountain range the greatsword that was your prize, and you notice glowing in the pommel of the sword a moonstone, a tear of Selune. Snatch, you are in a room of opulence. The paintings hang from the wall, the painting that you were charged with stealing by the Thieves Guild, and as you lean over the old man, the man who should not have been there, and as you see the light fade from his eyes, as you pull your dagger from his ribs, glowing on his finger, a ring, and set within it a piece of the moon that glints in the firelight. And Alan, you are in a sitting room, as your mother reads to you. As you sit in her lap, she tells you of the good and protection that Helm offers. As you play with the necklace around her neck, the necklace with a gauntleted, open palm, and at the glowing center of the palm, a moonstone. The necklace that now hangs around your neck, Alan, that glows with white-hot radiance in the resonance and glow of Selune's avatar, Ariki's. Sorry. Oh, I fucking tore that bit. Shouldn't have torn that bit. Should have prepared this bit earlier. It's okay. You can make out what that says. I'm hoping that you can.
I have been watching you all for some time. All of your paths have led you here, to me. You are the guardians of light, the silver stars, and you will once more bring balance to the multiverse.
Well, it's certainly got more gravitas than the Tide 5.
A few more syllables too.
Protectors of Light, was it? Guardians of Light. It's fucking cool.
Guardians of the Multiverse?
Damn.
There's a franchise in that, surely.
Surely.
That sounds marvellous.
You'd have to be a total garden to put that together.
Wait, Rikis, you knew this. You're not a Rikis anymore, are you?
I think I'm still the same. Maybe? Probably still the same.
Better depth perception, though, I'd suggest.
Yes. 3D is great.
Yes.
Fucking pissed off about my horns, though.
And you just grow them back.
Yeah. Yeah, and they grow back. They shaped my face perfectly well.
Sweet wings, though.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
Feathery.
Well, you seem to have more knowledge than you had before. As a Rikis, I mean, how the hell are we going to get back to... How the hell? How are we going to get back to Greymead?
I could try and dimension door. I don't know if that'd...
I don't think you can dimension door out of hell.
Oh, fuck.
It's got a range of like...
Yeah, 500 feet.
That's far enough, right? I don't know feet. That'll work.
Yeah. That's got it. 500...
Yeah, 500 feet, that's 2 layers of hell, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
It's like 5 centipedes.
Human centipedes.
I mean, I guess we could just come back the way we came in, right?
Within you, a Arikis. Your now combined essence of yourself and Selune. You can feel her power course within you. You feel the radiant energy of the moons and how you have given her back power. And she starts to hum the song within you. And then you continue to play your song through the lute. And once more, dust motes of moonstone
And Calitras.
and Calitras whipped up amongst it. The swirling,
Some Galadriel in my throat.
the swirling vortex that you create through the power and resonance of your song. And it whips around, filling the room as two more figures step through the doors. A 7-foot tall man with 1 foot that is a cloven hoof, 2 small horns that protrude from his head, long black hair, and he carries a huge iron rod. And beside him, a woman with raven black hair and dark wings and purple eyes that pierce your vision, Arikis. And this is Shah, the mistress of night, and Despater, the archdevil of Dis. As the swirling vortex builds around you, and then the light culminates, sucked in towards you, towards your loop, towards your very essence. And you all vanish from the second layer of Dis, from the Iron Tower. And that's where we will end Book 2.
And that is the end of Book 2 of Dice Paper Roll. We'll be bringing you Book 3 sometime in the near future, but if you want to stay in touch, please do. We're all over social media. We'd love to have your patronage as well, so if you do like to support us, then jump on Patreon and please pledge. It helps a lot. We do a lot of this for nothing and next to it. So that was an incredible story told by the 3 DMs and brought to an amazing conclusion by Danny here. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as we have bringing it to you. We love making this show, and we will make it regardless if anyone listened to it or not. We would probably make it because it's just what we love to do. We love to play D&D, and we love to, I don't know, share our stories. So it's so great that we've got a bit of listenership. We love having a community that we engage with. So thank you for listening. Thank you for sticking with it. Thank you for being there for us and being the sixth member of the party, the awkward sixth finger on the hand that you wish you weren't born with but is there anyway, and you learn to love because positive self-image. I think that says it all.
What a way to end Book 2.
A special shout out to our 6-fingered listeners.
Yes.
Dear oh dear. Well, we'll see you in the near future with Book 3. Apart from that, be good and or bad, either way. Just be there, be you, be good. I've said that again.
As long as you're listening, do whatever.
Yes. Just keep those downloads rolling.
All right, Tide 5 out.
Out.
Boy, oh boy.
Jeez.
All right, welcome to the final Loose 10 with the tight 5 of Book 2. Danny, well done, sir. Well done, sir.
Well done to you all. Well
Another
done
liberal
to you all.
agenda.
Well done to you all. Well done to you all.
Mate,
Talk to us. How you feeling?
I feel I feel sad. I feel I don't know. I'm yeah, I feel kind of sad about it. As I feel fuck, you guys destroyed the fuck out of Calitras. I was like, I looked at the time and it was at like 30 minutes and I was like, oh fuck, like this I was expecting was to go on a whole lot longer, but like after those, a lich only has 135 hit points according to the monster manual, and it was just like, holy shit, you guys just fucking destroyed him within a turn.
but Calitras wasn't a lich.
He wasn't a lich, but I was just using
Yeah.
a lich's monster
Skin
stat.
grafted. What do they call it? Reskinned.
Yeah, reskinned a lich as Calitras, and I was just like, yeah, you fucking destroyed him in no time. So much for a challenge rating 21.
I just want to bring attention to the fact that just before we fought him, you pointed out that he was a challenge rating 21, and we all, well, particularly Ben and I, were like, and you said, do better. And
So we did.
We did.
Yeah. You took on my instructions and did it to the nth degree. I was just kind of a little bit disappointed that it was taken out so quickly that Arikis didn't really get the opportunity to sort of have a smash at old Calitras. And I was like, oh, do I just...
Yeah, but she should have rolled better, right?
I was like...
Didn't roll at all.
Oh, your initiative.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I was like, oh, should I just bump up... I should have just bumped up the stats and just given you an extra one.
Nah, that's all good. It was fine. It was good to have her come in and just smack the ground. It was
Yeah,
fine.
it was...
It's a good moment. I liked it.
It was just difficult after like a fucking 100 points of fucking damage that it was like, oh, not many things can really fucking survive that. Yeah. Other than that, sorry I took your horns away. I didn't mean it like as a kind of trying to, yeah, like take away your character. It's not that I wanted to take Ariki's away. It was that being aware of the fact that you're going to be going back to London again, and I was like, how can we
How can we get
of...
horns through Heathrow Airport? I mean, it's,
Yeah.
you know, they tend to
Technically
racially
a bladed
profile
weapon.
there, you know, it's
Yeah.
not, they'll pull you aside straight away.
Yeah, I was just wanting to sort of give you a way of still being able to be within the podcast, but if it's not as frequent as what we usually play, like having a way of you being able to come in and out of it. And so I was like, what if you form with Selune and you go from hardcore devil to the complete opposite? Yeah.
That's all good. It's fine. I grew them back. It's easy.
Good new demonstration of powers,
Demonstration.
right?
Devil.
Devilstration. Yeah, no, it was great. I definitely would have liked to get in a few hits, but it was fine. It was good. It was really good. Yeah, we'll see how it all goes.
I'm sensing we're just feeling flat and sad, right? The Jack's going and it's over.
I think
Sensing a bit of like,
I feel sad that it's like, oh wow, like we've finished book 2 already. Whoa. Okay, wow. Like This is. I know you'll be listening to this in October or whenever, but this is March for us, so we really have
Smash it out.
powered through this recording window, and it feels bittersweet. Great to have done it, got through it. I mean, what an achievement to have done what we've done, and made the second book of our show. But it just was like, oh god, it's over. I wasn't quite ready. I wasn't quite ready for it to be done. I love playing D&D. I love playing this game. I love making this podcast. Okay, well, I guess there's always book 3, right?
Yeah, the next 4 weeks, live shows.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sad that Jack's going away from the table again. It's been so awesome to have you back for Adelaide and this book, but it feels. I feel like that idea of the merging of Selune and Ariki's to be able to bring, for her to be able to reappear is sort of, it's bolstering while you're going away, the door has been left open. I think that was a really good way to leave that
Agree.
open that way, and kudos to Danny for that. But book 3 still going to happen. It's coming up, and I'm excited about that. And it feels like while there's a pin been put in, like a major part of the story, there's still a lot more to go. And I'm excited for that.
Yeah, me too. It's going to be good.
Yeah, for sure.
How are you feeling, Ben?
I think I feel a bit. I don't know. It's been an epic few months. Been really, really epic. This is the culmination of a busy, busy time. I feel similar to you guys. Bit sad that it's over. Excited for what's coming. Sad that Jack's leaving the table physically again. It's been really brief stay, but heaps of fun. Mixed emotions. Yeah. Mixed emotions, but I'm also very proud of what we've done over the last little while. Lots of character development. Like I was trying to think before, so listeners, we just did our last 3 episodes today in one day, and just thinking about what we did in Adelaide and just trying to think of all that stuff. We had a bit of a character check-in before the show about, where are our characters at after that personal hell thing? And there's been so much character growth over book 2, I think. It's been...
Character reduction in the case of Ariki's, and then regrowth.
Well, yeah. There's been a lot to take in, I think. It's going to take a while to settle in, and then we get the weird experience as well of like editing it and listening to it again episode by episode.
Oh my god, that last episode, I know that's a little it's going to be a little Easter egg to listen to back to when I'm doing the composition and go this is I remember this at the table and thinking how shit it was. Well, yeah, I have a feeling that it's going to be hard to make the music for that.
What do you mean?
There was
About
so
it being
many
shit?
elements. No, just shit in terms of like, oh god, still got to have that. And then there's the recorder with Baba Black Sheep, and then there's this, and then there's that.
I fully expect that to be cut out. I actually said it in a space where I was like, Ben can cut this nicely.
I can neither confirm nor deny whether I thought that I would at the time. Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird feeling coming to the end of a book, isn't it? Because you want to keep playing, but also, like, we've just had a huge few weeks, so part of me is also, like, I'm keen for a rest. But that's only until I recover and I'm like, fuck, I miss playing D&D with you guys again. So, it's all good.
Yeah, I think we have done a lot of recording over the last few months. We've been going pretty much every weekend for a couple of months, along with Adelaide, and we're about to finish off with Melbourne. And I think we should all be really proud of what we've achieved and the work we've put in. And it was pretty daunting when we set out on this little journey. And I think we've totally kicked its ass, and it's opened our eyes to a bunch of different stuff that we can do, and it's only on to new heights.
Yeah,
for
I mean,
DPR.
discovering the whole hour-long format, which it was interesting discovering playing D&D on the
When you
streets
say
with
discovering
people.
the hour, you mean talking about the live shows?
Oh,
in
sorry,
Adelaide?
the live shows for Adelaide doing an hour, which I think maybe I liked a bit more than you guys did, but just gave it a different experience of it, and also doing a season of 8 live shows in a row,
Night
which we've
after
never
night.
done before,
Yeah.
at 10:30 at night, like really picking ourselves up. That was difficult, and then like the D&D on the streets with people.
Yeah,
and,
well, our listeners won't really know what you mean there.
no. So we in Adelaide we realised that flyering was really difficult to people that didn't know what D&D was. So we thought, fucking bring the D&D to the people, and we set up a table and held up if you followed us on Instagram, you would have seen it holding up the sign saying, "Come along and play D&D for free for a minute." And we just played with kids and old people and people that would never play D&D. And some of them came to the show, some of them didn't, but just sharing that experience with people was really cool, and that opens up a lot of possibilities for us as well.
That's also trademarked. So if we see you on the street playing 1 minute D&D,
Yeah, you're gone.
fucking sued, bro.
You're gone. I'm also really stoked with the increase in listenership we had from that. The patrons that have signed on in the last few weeks at March, like hopefully by October it's even more. Book 3, we're planning on doing some streaming, right? Like if the patrons have, don't hold us to that. Depends how many patrons have jumped on board, but that's
Yeah.
something we hope to do. So we always keep thinking of new things to do. It's pretty, yeah.
We'll never run out of ways to spend money that we don't have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
But
well, sorry.
Thanks for sticking with us
Yeah.
through all this and continuing to listen. And that's what we make this for, is so that other people can share in our games, which we think, no, not to blow smoke up our own asses, but we think our games are pretty special, which is why we wanted to record them. And I guess if you're listening, you somewhat agree. And we're just really glad to share it with you and continue on that journey together.
Well, on that note, that'll be the end of a very loose 10 with the tight 5, and the end of the real end of book 2. I'm sad. I'm so sad, but I'm happy. Oh, I just don't know what to feel anymore. Danny, you stirred me right up, bro. You motion man, just twisting and turning and, gee whiz. Powerful stuff. I think we can all agree on that.
Yeah. You're about to sign off. Never mind.
And that's it from... No, what are you going to say, Ben?
I was just going to ask you about like any revelations for Brackeye and stuff with Amelia.
Oh, it was a big surprise. Definitely. It was it's the whole thing he's been working towards the whole time, to rescue Amelia. It's the whole reason he's been with the Type 5, the whole reason he's been on the quest. And to find out that she's actually is just, it was a big revelation, of course. I think it's going to shake Brackeye's understanding of what the world is, and make him probably be open to the idea of fate as a principle rather than free will. So I don't know. I think there's that. It's going to rock his whole conception of his life and what he's been doing to this point, and his place in the world, and what his role is in future. I think he's always kind of flown by the seat of his loincloth, and now it's going to probably be a bit more considered because there's more purpose. There's something that he's a part of that is bigger than him and bigger than the smaller problems that he and the party were facing to this point. It's global. In fact, it's multiversal, multi-universal. It's everywhere. We gotta fix all the worlds. So yeah, I think certainly lots to be getting on with. I'm looking forward to seeing what else is in store. Can he cast more magic? I don't know. Find out in book 3. That's it. Done. See you later. Have a good one.
Bye, everyone.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.